So in the US, over 65% of adults have inadequate magnesium levels, and those that are 71 and older, 80%. This is an essential nutrient that we need for cognitive function, focus, and it's a cofactor to many, many mechanisms within the body. Today, we're going to talk about the brain, so stay tuned. So what's happening, guys? Hope your day is going well. Today we're going to review a supplement called Magmind by Jaro, and the reason why we're reviewing it is because of two ingredients I want to go over. Two of my favorite ingredients. There's Magnesium L-Threonate and Enxtra in this bad boy, and these are two ingredients that help with brain function, attention, and focus. So let's jump into this. So right on the top of the label we have serving size, 2 capsules per serving, 30 servings per container. First ingredient in this is 1,000 milligrams of Magnesium L-Threonate, and this yields about 72 milligrams of magnesium. Before we jump into this total ingredient and its benefits, let's find out what L-Threonate is. This is a metabolite of vitamin C, and this has the ability to chitallate minerals, which means it has the ability to claw on and bond to minerals very well. And in turn, it helps with the absorption. In this particular form, Magnesium L-Threonate, this helps with the uptake to cross the blood-brain barrier. Bonding magnesium to L-Threonate has shown in studies, rats and humans, to actually increase magnesium levels within the brain. So why is it important to increase magnesium levels within the brain? You see, magnesium is a cofactor or a helper molecule to help with tons of different enzymatic processes within the body. You see, the synapse has to have proper plasticity, which helps with the ability for the brain to adapt to different environmental changes and stimuli throughout your day. So how does this work? You see, the brain releases neurotransmitters, which are actually known as messengers from the synapse in the brain. These messengers actually attach to receptors where they're communicating and stimulating them. One of the most important receptors within the brain is the NMDA receptors. I've actually talked about these in previous videos. These receptors help form memories and higher learning, and they need magnesium in order to operate properly. Magnesium is super vital for synaptic plasticity, that without it, the NMD receptors will fail to function properly, which then will lead to decreased cognitive function, learning, and memory. So we still need more studies on this, which I'd like to see, but in rodents, it had shown to increase magnesium levels by 54% while increasing the synaptic plasticity and increasing the activation of NMD receptors in the brain. Next ingredient is Enxtra or Galanga extract at 300 milligrams. This is a caffeine-free energy substance, and this targets the attention network functioning aspect of the brain, which gives the brain the ability to devote itself to a specific task for up to 5 hours while interacting with certain neurotransmitters like dopamine and acetylcholine. So one particular study showed that it blocked the reuptake of dopamine, which is going to keep the mental clarity, the focus, the drive enhanced for a longer period of time. At the same time, this elevated choline levels for a longer period of time because it blocked the enzyme acetylcholinesterase from degrading acetylcholine within the brain. So one final cherry on top with this study is this reduced the caffeine crash when they coupled it with caffeine for up to 3 hours. Oh, I almost forgot. How does this work? This particular ingredient is a masterpiece of phytoconstituents. It works off of flavonoids, ligonoids, steroids, glucosides, and esters, which have phenolics, over 200 terpenoids, as well as montropinus, which are hydrocarbonated and oxygenated. So in other words, it's packed with a bunch of good stuff. So my personal take, my experience on this product, I love it. I love this combination. The 1,000 milligrams of Magnesium L-Threonate and the Enxtra really go together very well, especially with a cup of coffee. That doubles the experience. So 200 milligrams of caffeine with this product at 2 capsules, you will be dialed in and zoned into whatever you are doing. You will be task driven, and your mind and memory will be awakened, and you will be able to retain things. You'll be able to focus on things. It's really a driven, productive type feeling in the brain. You really don't need anything else. Now, these ingredients on their own, the Magnesium L-Threonate at 1 to 2 grams, which will give you at 1 gram is going to give you around 70 milligrams of magnesium, and then at 2 grams it's going to give you double that, which is going to be 140 milligrams of magnesium. Remember, you don't want to go any higher than that with magnesium, because magnesium does have an absorption problem. Even when it's chitlated to other minerals like glycinate or anything else, it still has an absorption issue. So you want to stay around that 100 milligrams per dose to get the best beneficial effects of magnesium. And when you're supplementing with regular magnesium throughout the day, make sure it's in 100 to 150 milligram dosages, because the studies have shown that your body cannot absorb, 2, 3, 400 milligrams of magnesium at a time. So just tread lightly on your dosing and space your doses throughout the day. If you're dosing with magnesium, trying to get up to that 3, 4, 500 milligrams a day, which is recommended. So L-Threonate on its own will enhance your memories, will enhance your cognitive function, your actual IQ. And it's very interesting. The L-Threonate does something in the brain, and the magnesium dials you down a little bit. So it allows you to reach and tap into your brain without being all kind of like scattered and sketchy and all over the place, to where you can actually dive deep into your frontal lobe, it feels like, to where you can come up with words that you don't normally say, but they don't normally come out of your mouth, but they come out of your mouth all of a sudden. And this is on dosages for me closer to like the 1.5 grams. The 1 gram is more subtle, but it's very noticeable. So you do notice it still. The Enxtra, 150 milligrams to 300 milligrams on its own, is a great addition to anything, and you can buy it anywhere on its own. I have some of it in here, and depending on what I want during the day, I may take an extra with some mucuna, because it's my favorite combination, only with dopamine. I don't like coupling it with choline. I personally like coupling it with dopamine. I get a better response, I feel happier, and I feel driven more. And the choline, for whatever reason, dials me back. So keep that in mind and try it different ways if you're going to try things and you're going to stack things on their own. Mucuna, which is dopamine, or L-Dopa, maybe some L-tyrosine might have the same type of effect with this, but it's a fantastic ingredient. It's one of my favorite ones out there as far as for drive and attention. So hey, I got to get going. I hope this review helped and you guys got something out of it. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I'll get to them. Other than that, I'm going to head off to the rest of my day. You guys have a good one yourself. We'll see you next time on the channel.